Guys, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, yes, silence, please. Well, not that much silence because we are having a really fun class, right? You like to have fun?
Yes.
Yes, obviously. Everyone likes to have fun. So today, I'm gonna show you this. Do you know what is that?
Yes.
Yes? What is it? Dinosaurs, okay. What else? You, do you know if it's a series or it's a movie? Movie, right. Do you know the name of the movie? Exactly, Jurassic Park. Have you watched it?
Yes.
Yes. Did you like it?
Yes.
Jesus, why did you like the movie?
Because I watched it when I was very young, and when I first watched it, I thought that they were real because at that time everything seemed too real.
Yes, it seems surreal, right?
Yes.
Anyone else that had a reason, a specific reason that because they liked the movie?
I like the memes.
You like the memes, right?
Like, who's hungry?
Exactly, who's hungry? Anyone is hungry right now? Yes, we need to eat after this class. Okay, something else. Anyone has a favorite character or a favorite dino? No? Yes. First, I remember what. You never. No. And do you know what it's about? No. Mm, Someone can explain to her the story of the movie? I don't remember. Jesus?
An old man, the one with the white,
The white shirt?
the white shirt, started doing some experiments where he was creating dinosaurs based on the idea that they have, like the DNA that they had kept.
In the amber, right?
Yes,
The
in the
mosquitoes.
yes. So they created a park where people could visit and see the dinosaurs. But then something went wrong, and the dinosaurs started attacking people because, well, that's the dinosaurs nature, yes. And then they had to figure out how to get out of the park and also to rescue all the people.
Wow, that sounds pretty good. It explains very well the trauma of the movie. Okay, do you like the plot? Will you watch the movie? Okay, maybe. Before continuing, anyone else haven't watched the movie? Everyone?
I have only watched the recent one.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you like the recent ones? Okay. Anyone else that likes the recent one? Okay. Right. That's more common. Do you prefer the recent ones or the old one? The recent ones. Well, your ones.
I'm old. I'm old.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Well, me as
Yo soy el que está en el pecho.
as you can say, I prefer the old movie rather than the new ones because I really like the book. But there is something else. Well, today we're gonna talk about the movie, the old movie, because it's my favorite one. So for the next class, we're gonna talk about the new ones. Emilio, can you help me to read the first sentence right here?
Malcolm,
The Malcolm.
if Malcolm had stayed in the car, he would have died.
Yes, Malcolm had stayed in the car, he will have died. But could you help me to read the second one, please? Mm-hmm.
I've been a good grandpa. The kids will have two struggles.
Okay, are you agreed with this sentence? Yes. Hammond was a really bad grandfather. Ine, could you help me to read the third one? Can you read it?
Yes. You have one. I have it. If the turrets had non-fast
Yes. Okay, do you know that all the dinosaurs inside the movie are females? Yes, all of them are females. Okay, so do you notice something that all these sentences have in common? Have in common? Okay, okay. Nice, Nieves, nice.
Wood.
Wood. Yes. An applause for two of you. Anything else? Wood. Wood. Yes, that's what we use the things. Okay, we have if and would. And besides that, we have also had and have. What do you think we were using these words? This specific structure. Anyone? Hasan, are you paying attention? Okay, I hope so. Okay, do you have an idea of why we are using this structure?
Yes. I think this structure is used to mention something that could pass.
Okay, wow, an applause for Hasan. Okay, so do you remember what a conditional is? Do you remember? Yes or no?
No.
No, no. But the last two classes we have seen the conditionals. Well, maybe you don't remember the conditionals right now, but if I mention that is one of the conditionals, you may remember. This is third conditional. We use it to talk about, as Hasa said, something that happened, but we can have done something different about it. It's about, let's say, regrets. Okay? Regrets. Maybe if you had gone to a place in a specific moment, you will have done something different, right? Do you have any situation like that? Eh? No? Well, no. Okay, okay. Well, in these examples, we have, for example, here, if the T-Rex had run faster, if she will run faster than she does in the movie, she will have catch the car. Because in the movie, if you remember, she didn't catch it. We also have this other sentence. So, Anna, could you help me to read the first one? Yes. Crichton is the author of the novel. If Crichton hadn't written the book, Spielberg wouldn't have made the movie. Okay, do you know that Steven Spielberg direct the movie, right?
Now I know.
Well, now I know, you don't know, but now you know. And Michael Crichton is the author of the novel that is based in the movie. Okay? Jesus, right? Chuy. Could you help me to read the second one, please?
Yes. If you hadn't become a scientific, you wouldn't have recreated the dinosaurs.
Okay. Someone knows who? This guy right here? Yes, it appears even in the new ones, right? Yes. Yes. Do you like it? Do you like him? No. Or he is like, he's a little bit mean. He's not a nice guy. Okay, so do you think that if Wu hadn't become a scientific, nothing in the that happens in the park would have happened? Wait. Wait.
¿Para qué cosa
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
No, no,
No. Yes.
no. Don't give me the reason if I'm not okay. Okay.
Dice que.
Okay. You're pretty intelligent. So, well, let's forget it and then that question because it was very bad. Wait, could you help me to read the third sentence, please?
When and the kids climbed the tree, they wouldn't have the dino.
Dino, right? Do you remember that scene in the movie? No one.
Did you watch that
No.
movie?
You didn't.
I watched the new ones.
Okay. Well, in this scene, the kids in Ran feed a dino because they are escaping from the T-Rex and they climb a tree, right? So, okay. Do you have any doubt of how are we using the structure and why are we using it? For what? For what reason? Are you sure? No. Sinai? Sorry. For what do you use this structure?
For regrets.
Regrets? And can you tell me how would you translate this structure to the Spanish?
Si yo no hubiera.
Si yo no hubiera. Okay, if you have any doubt, this structure it's translate as si yo no hubiera o si yo hubiera. And the other part, is si yo no hubiera hecho esto o hubiera hecho esto, esto habría pasado. This will have and verb. Okay? Any doubt? No. Okay. I hope so. We have again structure. Do you remember the scene of the Triceratops? It was like thanks, Emma. The Triceratops was pretty sick. She was dying. So based on the structure, do you remember that this descent happened after that descent? Because Malcolm finds a really big pile of shit because they need to search for what the Triceratops ate for being that sick. Okay, so based on the structure that we have already seen, how would you complete this sentence? No one want to participate? But do you have any idea how can we complete the sentence?
Maybe that's me, but I don't remember
Okay. Just for to know, we have here had or hadn't at the beginning with the condition, that is when we use the if, we need to put the verb have in the past participle. That is had. Everyone knows that? Had. Okay. And we put the other part, that is conditioned. We use will have. And then a verb in past participle. Have, had. Okay? Do you understand that? Okay? Can you memorize this? As it like, Based on that, how can we complete this? Have. What is the past participle of stop? Stop. Okay, thanks. So if they had stopped, if they hadn't stopped, we wouldn't. What are we using here? Have. And the past participle of have. We wouldn't have had the sheep seen. So if they hadn't stopped, we wouldn't have had the sheep seen. Now, maybe this is a scene that no everyone will remember, but it's one of my favorites because Malcolm is bothering Hammond, saying like, "Oh, you're gonna ruin this place and all that." So based on that, the structure that we seen in positive, how will we complete this sentence? Bob, how, how
Complete the
will you
sentence.
how would you complete the sentence?
It haven't had. Participle.
Yes, that's participle.
It haven't had listened to. Es que no sé si la película.
If Hammond is in
Haven't
positive,
already- is it positive?
positive.
If haven't had listened to Malcolm, no one would have died.
Exactly. So if you remember in the movie, a lot of people died because of his fault. So if Hammond had listened to Malcolm, no one would have died. Well, now I want to present you a little guy here in my pocket. Can you see it? Okay. His name, as I to meet the person, to meet the people. His name is Pepe. Pepe appears in the back, in the really back in the movie. Okay, so maybe you haven't watched him. It's only important to.
Oh, yes.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, so he's Pepe, right? There is Pepe somewhere there, and okay, Pepe. Pepe has a lot of regrets. As everyone in this planet, Pepe has a lot of regrets. And yes, he has a lot of regrets. That is the face of someone that has a lot of regrets. A T-Rex ate Pepe's family. That is a T-Rex that appears in the movie. Here is Pepe's mom, Pepe's papa, and Pepe's little sibling. I don't know if sister or brother. So, yes, a T-Rex ate Pepe's family. Yes. Who has Pepe? Casa, can you speak? Okay, so Pepe has a lot of regrets. Could you help me to read that?
Pepe thinks he could have done something to save his family.
Yes, that's pretty sad, right? You don't look that sad, but yeah, it's pretty sad. So, Hassan, can you help me to read this?
If I had been there, my family would have stayed on.
Yeah, so Pepe said that if I had been there, my family would have stayed alive. Do you think that he could have done something to save his family?
No.
Chale. Okay, so. Julian, could you help me to read that, please?
If I hadn't gone to the school, I would have helped my family one last time.
Okay, that's pretty sad. Do you think that if he hadn't gone to the school, he would have helped his family one last time? Yes. But he would have died, right? One thing for other. Okay, but now that Pepe shared his regrets with you, he wants to know your own regrets. So you need to think about a situation that you have regrets in that situation, okay? And you need to write a sentence using the third conditional that we just seen, talking about your regrets in that situation. So, Pepe say, tell me your regrets. And Pepe will choose who will tell their regrets. Okay, so, right, or think, but fast. Think about a situation. Oh, I could have talked with my crush in that time, or I could. Okay, so one. an example. Okay, it's an
If
example.
I hadn't,
Attention, please.
what is the past participle of we? We. Well, I don't know if you said it. If I hadn't created, I don't know, stomatology,
Stomatology, yes.
well, I will
I will have
finished the university.
the college. Okay. Okay, it's a good example. It's a great example. Someone else?
Do I have to say?
Yes.
Ah, mm,
For emotional support.
if I had studied more for my admission exam, I will have uh, get selected, get selected on my first attempt to get in here. But
And that's it for the class. Yeah.